When speech understanding is improved, it also has an impact on how challenging it feels to participate in a conversation. When we examine the cognitive load on listeners using OpenSound Navigator in all these different situations, there's a significant drop. It's simply less exhausting for the brain to keep up. So let's go back to the graph showing the different listening environments. Now the y-axis represents pupil dilation or cognitive load. The more dilated the pupil is, the more effort is put into understanding the speech. Mind you, putting effort into any given task is not necessarily a bad thing. If you put effort into something, you do it because you think it's worth it. You get something out of it. But we all have our limits, and at some point we get tired and we have no more energy to provide the brain. We give up. And that is what is reflected in this illustration. The blue dotted line shows the pupil dilation of people fitted with hearing aids with no noise reduction. Situations with little or no interfering background noise do not require so much effort from the listener. However, as soon as the noise is introduced, it quickly becomes more demanding. The brain receives sound information that's so muddied that it cannot match it with anything stored in the long-term memory. So, the brain needs to put in more effort. Just below 0 dB SNR, the pupil size decreases. This is the tipping point. It's not a sign of the task becoming easier, on the contrary. At this point, the noise is becoming so disruptive that putting in more effort doesn't make any difference. So, the listener loses motivation and gives up. In real life, this represents a lively dinner at a restaurant. The hearing aid user has no chance of communicating, and the natural reaction is resignation. The solid blue line shows what happens when OpenSound Navigator is activated. Firstly, there's a clear reduction in effort, not just in noisy situations, but across a broad range of listening conditions. So even if the user doesn't go out to noisy places that often, there's still a lot of energy to be saved on reduced listening effort. Secondly, the tipping point has moved towards more noisy environments. Now the user will be able to participate and to engage in more situations despite the noise. And furthermore, you don't have to put in so much effort. It means more resources in the brain for other things, such as remembering and responding. Oticon has developed the brain hearing technology in Oticon Opn to give the brain better conditions to perform. This study clearly reveals that OpenSound Navigator gives better speech understanding even in the noisiest environments and reduces listening effort over a broad range of listening conditions. OpenSound Navigator empowers users to overcome the noise and enjoy a much more pleasurable communication and social participation, even in environments that used to be too difficult and frustrating.